The Patterson family reunion was in full swing at my in-laws' sprawling estate in Connecticut. 3 generations gathered on the manicured lawn, children chasing each other between tables laden with food, adults clustered in predictable groups. I stood by the dessert table, balancing a plate of my mother-in-law's famous peach cobbler, when my sister-in-law Vanessa's voice cut through the pleasant chatter like a chainsaw. "Oh, there's Emily." She waved dramatically, her Cartier bracelet catching the afternoon sun. "Everyone, come meet my brother's wife. She's what do you call it again, Em? A domestic engineer?" The group of Vanessa's college friends tittered. I recognized the setup immediately. Vanessa's favorite party trick was making me the punchline. "I stay home with the kids," I said simply, taking a bite of cobbler. "She stays home," Vanessa repeated, as if I'd spoken in a foreign language. Can you imagine? In 2024? While some of us are out here breaking glass ceilings, Emily's breaking, what? Eggs for breakfast. More laughter. My husband James was across the lawn, deep in conversation with his uncle about baseball. He hadn't noticed his sister's performance yet. "It must be so relaxing," one of Vanessa's friends said, her voice dripping with false sweetness. "Just watching TV all day, maybe some light cleaning." "Oh, it's worse than that," Vanessa stage whispered. "She doesn't even clean. They have a housekeeper. Emily literally does nothing but lunch with other housewives and spend James's money." "That's not," I started, but Vanessa was on a roll. "I mean, I get it. Not everyone can handle a real career. The pressure, the long hours, the intellectual demands." She adjusted her Michael Kors blazer importantly. "As regional sales manager at Patterson Pharmaceuticals, I oversee 12 people. The responsibility would crush someone who's been out of the workforce for. How long has it been, Em? 7 years. 6, I corrected. 6 years picking out throw pillows while the rest of us lean in." Vanessa turned to her audience. "This is why I tell young women, never give up your career for a man. You become worthless in the real world. Completely dependent. It's actually sad." My phone buzzed. A text from David, my assistant. 10 minutes out. "Board crisis escalated. Need your decision ASAP." "Excuse me," I said, starting to step away. "Oh, are the kids calling?" Vanessa cooed. "Does someone need a juice box?" This is what I mean, ladies. She can't even enjoy an adult conversation without. Unlike my worthless housewife sister-in-law, I'm a real career woman. Vanessa announced to the growing crowd, wine sloshing in her glass. "I contribute to society. I pay taxes. I have employees who depend on me. What does Emily have? A Pinterest board." The silence that followed was deafening. Even the children seemed to pause their games. My mother-in-law looked mortified. James had finally noticed and was making his way over, his face darkening. That's when David appeared. My assistant was everything you'd expect from someone who managed executive-level chaos. Impeccably dressed, frighteningly efficient, and radiating an aura of barely controlled urgency. His Tesla had barely stopped before he was out, iPad in one hand, secure phone in the other. "Mrs. Chun," he called, using my professional name. "I apologize for interrupting your family event, but the Tokyo situation has escalated. The board is assembled for an emergency video conference. We need you." Every head swiveled between David and me. "Can it wait 20 minutes? I asked, already knowing the answer. "The Nikkei closes in 30. If we don't act now, we're looking at a potential $50 million loss." I sighed, setting down my cobbler. "Set up in the pool house. I'll be there in 5. Also," David continued, oblivious to our audience, "Reuters wants a statement about the acquisition. The Journal moved their interview to Monday. And Secretary Chun, no relation, called about your testimony to the Senate Banking Committee next week. Tell Reuters no comment until after the Tokyo call. Confirm the Journal. And yes to the Secretary, but I'll need the briefing materials by Thursday." Vanessa's mouth hung open. What is happening?" I turned to face her, my housewife mask finally dropping. "I'm handling a crisis at my company. David, this is my sister-in-law, Vanessa. She's in, what was it? Regional sales." "Pleasure," David said without looking up from his phone. "Mrs. Chun, should I alert the Seoul office to stand by?" "Yes. And get Lou from Hong Kong on the line. We'll need her analysis." I glanced at the stunned faces around me. I should introduce myself properly. Emily Chun, CEO and founder of Nexus Financial Technologies. We manage about $8 billion in assets. The sound Vanessa made was somewhere between a gasp and a whimper. "That's," one of her friends stammered. "You're Chun?" The one who was on the cover of Fortune last month. Guilty, I said. Though that photo was terrible. They caught me right after a 20-hour flight from Singapore. But you said you stay home. Vanessa's voice pitched high with accusation. I do. I work from home. Have since I founded the company 6 years ago. I smiled at her shocked expression. Right after I gave up my career for a man. James had reached us, sliding his arm around my waist. Everything okay? Tokyo's having a meltdown. I need maybe an hour. Take your time, he said, kissing my temple. Want me to have Mom save you some dinner? Please. I turned back to Vanessa, who looked like she'd been slapped. You were saying something about being worthless in the real world. Why didn't you ever say anything? You never asked. Every family gathering, you assume I'm a mindless housewife. You give your little speeches about career women and independence. It never occurred to you that someone might choose to work from home to be present for their children while running a global company. Mrs. Chun, David interrupted. Tokyo in 3 minutes. Coming. I paused, looking at Vanessa one more time. By the way, your company, Patterson Pharmaceuticals? We manage their pension fund. Small world. As I walked toward the pool house, I heard James addressing his sister. Maybe next time, Van, try asking Emily about her life instead of making assumptions. You might learn something. The pool house had been transformed into a makeshift command center. David had 3 screens set up, papers spread across the table, and my CFO already on video from New York. Talk to me, Marcus, I said, slipping into CO mode like putting on a comfortable shoe. The Tokyo office made an unauthorized trade. We're exposed on the yen for 50 million if we don't hedge in the next 20 minutes. How the hell did that happen? New trader. Misread the authorization limits. Fire them. Now. Then buy the hedge. What's our best option? For the next hour, I orchestrated damage control across 3 continents. We saved $47 million of the potential loss, fired 2 people, promoted 1, and restructured our Tokyo authorization protocols. Just another Saturday at the office, if the office happened to be my in-laws' pool house. When I finally emerged, the reunion had shifted. Vanessa sat alone at a picnic table, her career woman coterie dispersed. James intercepted me with a fresh plate of food and a kiss. Crisis averted? Mostly. Tokyo's going to be a headache for a few weeks, but we contained the damage. My sister is having an existential crisis, he said, nodding toward Vanessa. Mom's ready to kill her for the worthless housewife comment. She didn't know, because she never bothered to know. In 6 years of family dinners, she's never once asked what you do all day. Just assumed and judged. I looked at Vanessa, remembering my own struggles with identity after leaving my visible corporate job to start Nexus. The world does treat stay-at-home parents as less than, and I'd used that invisibility to my advantage. But it still stung every time someone dismissed me as just a mom. I should talk to her, I said. You're a better person than me, James muttered. I found Vanessa still at the picnic table, staring at her phone. Forbes' website was open to an article about Nexus Financial Technologies. Says here you're worth $400 million, she said without looking up. On paper. Most of it's tied up in the company. I sat across from her. Vanessa, don't. She finally met my eyes. Please don't be nice to me right now. I can't handle it. I wasn't going to be nice. I was going to ask why you hate me so much. She blinked. I don't hate you. Every family gathering, you make sure everyone knows I'm beneath you. The worthless housewife living off her husband. Why? Vanessa was quiet for a long moment. You want the truth? I was jealous. Of what? You thought I did nothing all day. Exactly. She laughed bitterly. You seem so happy. So content. Always there for your kids, never stressed about deadlines or quotas or performance reviews. James adores you. Your children are incredible. And you made it look so easy. While you were struggling, regional sales manager sounds impressive until you realize it's a glorified babysitting job for entry-level pharma reps who barely respect me. 60 hours a week for a salary that barely covers my student loans. No time for dating, let alone a family. And there you were living this perfect life without any of the corporate bullshit I deal with daily. So you decided to tear me down? I decided to make myself feel better by convincing everyone, myself included, that I was the successful one. The empowered one. The one who didn't need a man to support her. She rubbed her face. God, I'm such an asshole. Yeah, you are. She looked up, startled by my bluntness. Vanessa, I built a multi-billion-dollar company from my garage while breastfeeding twins. I've testified before Congress, been profiled in every major business publication, and still make it to every school play and soccer game. But to you, I was just a worthless housewife because I didn't commute to an office. I know. I'm sorry. I don't need your apology. I need you to examine why you equate a woman's worth with her visibility in the traditional workforce. Why you assume any woman supported by her husband must be a vacant gold digger. Why you never, not once in 6 years, asked me about my life before making judgments. Tears rolled down Vanessa's cheeks, ruining her perfect makeup. I'm everything wrong with modern feminism, aren't I? Tearing down other women to feel better about myself. You're not everything wrong, I said more gently. You're stressed, overworked, and sold a version of success that's making you miserable. But that doesn't give you the right to demean other women's choices. How do you do it? She asked. Run a company, raise kids, stay married, and look happy doing it? I don't do it alone. James is a true partner. We have help, housekeepers, nannies when needed. I work brutal hours, just not in an office. And I'm not always happy. Thursday, I cried in the pantry because I missed the twins' first soccer goal while on a call with Hong Kong. But you're still there, present, connected to your family. Because I designed my company to allow that. Not everyone can. Not everyone wants to. The point is having the choice and respecting others' choices. David appeared in the doorway. Mrs. Chun, Tokyo is stabilized. The board wants a full postmortem Monday morning. Schedule it for 6 a.m. I'll take it from home. I stood, then paused. Vanessa, if you ever want to talk about career transitions, call me. Patterson Pharmaceuticals isn't the only path. She stared. You'd help me? After everything. Your family. Annoying, judgmental family who owes me several apologies, but still family. I smiled. Besides, I might know a financial tech company that's hiring. The CEO's a real ball buster, but she lets you work from home. As I walked back to find James and the kids, I heard Vanessa call out, Emily? I turned. I'm sorry. Really, truly sorry. And thank you. The rest of the reunion passed peacefully. Vanessa spent most of it in quiet conversation with James's aunt, who, it turned out, had been a federal judge while raising 4 children. Sometimes the most powerful women in the room are the ones you overlook. 6 months later, Vanessa joined Nexus as a project manager in our new healthcare division. She works from home 3 days a week and is dating a pediatrician who cooks dinner while she finishes client calls. At the next family reunion, when someone asked what I did for a living, Vanessa jumped in before I could answer. Emily? She's the CEO of a financial tech empire. Also a mom, wife, and the only person I know who can negotiate a multi-million-dollar deal while making the perfect school lunch. She's basically superhuman, and I'm an idiot for not seeing it sooner. You're not an idiot, I corrected. You were just wrong. Worthless housewife, she muttered, shaking her head. God, I was such a bitch. Yes, I agreed cheerfully. But you're getting better. And she was. Because that's what family does. We call each other out, we grow, and we lift each other up. Even when it takes a crisis intervention at a family reunion to remind us what really matters. The Forbes article, by the way, was wrong. My net worth wasn't $400 million. It was $500 million. But who's counting? Certainly not a worthless housewife like me.